What's up YouTube? What's up everyone? I'm back with another video and today I have my review finally. I know, I'm so sorry. I know this video took forever for me to put it online. I'm so sorry. Like my previous video got kind of corrupted. Like I was missing some parts and I just didn't like it at the end of the day. So I wanted to redo it again, and school and other projects came before, and yeah. I'm sorry for that. But I promised that I was going to give you my Five Nights at Freddy spoiler review. So here it is, and I can't wait to dive in because I do have some stuff that I want to talk about this movie. And let's get started, shall we?
Hi, this is Mike. I was just calling to see if that job that you offered was still available.
Yes. The security guard.
I will take anything.
This place was huge in the 80s with the kids. They shut it down years ago. The owner's just not ready to let it go yet.
Before I start with my review of Five Nights at Freddy, don't forget to like this video if you really enjoyed this video, and also don't forget to subscribe because we're almost at 500 subs and I would love to reach that goal soon enough. So I'm a newcomer in Five Nights at Freddy universe. Like I really don't know this franchise. Like I know some stuff about it because I have friends that have played Five Nights at Freddy video games, but me personally, like I've never played these games, and I was curious like to understand and like to dive in this universe with this movie. So that's why like my excitement was actually really high because I wanted to explore this. Like what is this franchise? Why is everybody loving this franchise so much? And also since it's a horror movie, I really love horror movies. So this was the perfect combination. So I'm gonna start with the positive things I love about this movie, and then I'm going to go with some stuff I didn't like too much or I had some concerns. So one of the great aspects of this movie is of course the main character, Josh Hutcherson himself. Like it's been a while I didn't see him acting in a movie. Like I think the last time I saw him, it's of course the Hunger Games movies. And I'm not gonna lie there, Josh Hutcherson wasn't really my favorite part in the Hunger Games movies. So it was really nice to see him like shine in this role. Like, and honestly, he really carried the movie. His acting was good. Him leading this franchise is a win for me. Like seriously, like he's so charismatic. You really he sells you every emotion. Like I was really into this guy. Like I was really into what the character was facing, the past traumas and everything. Another good thing I love is of course the animatronics. They are stunning. Like it's incredible what they did with this. It was just great to see them. First of all, it was scary as fuck. Their movements, like just every time they were present, it was just fantastic. Although I don't know that much Five Nights at Freddy's universe, this is the best transition of characters from a video game to a live adaptation. And also the budget of this movie is incredibly low. Like so knowing like they have a small budget to do this movie, it was incredible how the animatronics work so well. So that's really kudos to the team behind Five Nights at Freddy. And lastly, I wanted to talk about the soundtrack. Like honestly, I really like the soundtrack. I'm just gonna pause for a little moment and just hear just a little piece of this great soundtrack. The soundtrack was really good because it really puts the atmosphere of this horror vibe, and that was really good, but also staying close to the source material. So that was really clever. Like you heard the main theme of Five Nights at Freddy, that was really good. Like I really like the soundtrack of this movie. So now let's go with a topic that I wanted to discuss, and I need to go into spoilers because I can't discuss this without spoilers. But I will say that the one thing I don't like about this movie, or I have concerns, but major concerns, is the script. So hear me out, alright? First of all, I think this movie wasted Matthew Lillard. How can you waste Matthew Lillard? Like, I like that guy. He's my Shaggy. He will always be my Shaggy. But also, he was so good in Scream, and I can't wait for him to return. But like, how can you waste his talent? And I know people will jump me right now. They will say, wait, what are you saying? But hear me out. The script didn't help Matthew Lillard. Why? So you have a script where Josh Hutcherson's character is living a trauma because when he was a kid, his little brother got abducted by an unknown figure, right? And that was really interesting. I'm like, oh shit, like he's really trying to fight his guilt because he feels guilty about that, but he won't rest until he finds who did this, right? And that was really cool, but I thought like this movie was going to go in a more mature way and just because like I mean like there's a lot of times that they can't find the abductor because the world is so big, you know. So I thought here they were going to do kind of the same thing, and for me it was like, okay, so Josh Hutcherson's character resolution was going to be like, I have to let the past be, and if I don't do something right now, my little sister is going to be kidnapped as well in front of my eyes. Do I want that to repeat again? You know, like I already lost a brother. Do I want to lose a sister as well? So I thought that was really the huge conflict that he had. But then like they kind of screwed up with the Matthew Lillard reveal. Like I was watching this with my mom, and my mom kept telling me, oh, I'm pretty sure like the guy who controls, like the guy who killed all of these kids is Matthew Lillard. And I keep saying to her, no, it's not him. Because in my head I'm like, they're not dumb enough to just throw me the obvious thing. And then at the end, it was actually him. I'm like, oh my god, like how can they be so dumb? Like why did, first of all, why was it so obvious? Like why couldn't you have more characters to maybe be like, guessing like who was gonna be? Like it was the only character left. Matthew Lillard, we saw him like for, I don't know, for 5 minutes at the beginning, and until the end you don't see him, and you're just like, you know it's him. It's gonna be him. And I can't believe they really did that. Like I was just like, okay, they're gonna pull me something like, and it's gonna blow my mind. It didn't blow my mind, shit. Like it was really him. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe you were that obvious. Why? That was some lazy writing there. And I know some people will say like, okay, but it's because if they throw you someone who you don't know, you're not gonna care about them. But I didn't care about Matthew Lillard neither. Like I don't even know him. Like I barely met this character, so I don't know him neither. And also one thing I don't like sometimes what movies do, it's they want to tie all the things together, and the world is so big to tie everything together. I remember Spider-Man did the same mistake with Sam Raimi. Spider-Man 1, Uncle Ben gets killed, and in Spider-Man 3 they want to tie things up, so they say that Sandman killed Uncle Ben. I'm like, why was that even, that wasn't even necessary. Also like in Batman, from the Christopher Nolan trilogy, the same thing. Like you have Ra's al Ghul in Batman Begins, and that was great, you know. And then like out of nowhere in The Dark Knight Rises, you need to tie in with Ra's al Ghul once again, so you put Talia al Ghul. I'm like, dude, like that doesn't even, it's not necessary, you know. Like it's why you don't need to do that. Like this honestly could have been just like, it could have been darker if just Josh Hutcherson's character just didn't find the killer, but he has to move on. Like, you know, like sometimes in life you need to move on from things. Although it hurts, it will be worse if your sister gets kidnapped as well. So that was my biggest issue with this movie. The script didn't really work that well. Not for all the parts, but this specific part, I really didn't like that. And also, I don't know how to formulate this, because I wanted to say that I think this movie is too much for the Five Nights at Freddy fans. Because like a lot of times there's some stuff that happens, and I keep having the same answer of people that know Five Nights at Freddy. They're like, oh, but you didn't play the video game, so of course you don't know that. I'm like, okay, but there's some stuff I need to understand, and you need to explain to me even if I didn't play the video game. For example, like again, Matthew Lillard's character, I don't know why like the kids obey him. Like, does he have any powers? Actually, how their soul even got there, you know, like they're like these kids are dead. Like how the souls got there, how does he control them? So, you know, like they don't really explain that. And some friends told me, well, in Five Nights at Freddy they kind of give you more clues, blah blah. I'm like, okay, but like this is a movie, like you want to sell this to a bigger audience, you know. And for me it was kind of confusing. Like I had to tell myself, okay, for sure he has some kind of powers, just so the movie for me could work better. So I need to myself just invent some stuff, because the writers didn't explain it to me necessarily. So I don't know here if it's again a script problem or it's just destined to only exclusively to Five Nights at Freddy fans. But that was something that kind of bothered me, I won't lie about that. But in the end I was really excited with this movie, and honestly I had really fun with this movie, I won't lie about that. Although I will admit that my biggest issue was the script and some choices that they made. but at the end of the day, my curiosity for this world really made it worth it. The beginning to end, I was really enjoying myself, and also every time I was so curious about what's gonna happen next and what's this and what's that. So that was really fun. Like, that was a really fun experience. I won't lie to you about it. I would give Five Nights at Freddy a 7 out of 10. For me, like I said, it was enjoyable. If you love video games and you want to see some great adaptation of video games, hey, maybe you should try this one out. But I wouldn't it's not a high recommend for me. It's a mid recommend. You know, like if you want to really dive in another universe, in another like video game franchise, maybe you should try Five Nights at Freddy, and hopefully you will like it. But anyway, guys, tell me in the comment section down below, what did you think about Five Nights at Freddy's? Did you like this movie? As a Five Nights at Freddy fan, was this a success for you? Like, was this what you were expecting? And as a non-Five Nights at Freddy, what did you think about this? Like, were you confused? Did this work for you? Did this not? Tell me all that on the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace, everyone.